Hey there guys, what's up? Today I'm bringing you a couple little benchies that I printed out. They all turned out really great, just had a couple problems with each one of them, which I'll show you. What I did to try to fix them was I upped the speed each time, and as I upped the speed, I have noticed that the bridging, which was really the only problem, has gotten a little bit better, but not really that much. Okay, that, and then I'll be showing you a little tip that I found that really helps with the 3D prints. Tip that I had found, I'll show you at the end of it, but I'm just going to explain it real quick right now. If you can see this print is really glossy, like shiny. I've never gotten my printer to actually be that way until just now. What I had to do was change the jerk in the acceleration, and what that does is it stops the laying. Like if say this layer just want to come out one, and then this one layer wanted to go in one, you would really notice that. So just change the jerk down to 3, and then again that will be at the end of the video. But it does help a lot, and you will notice a big difference. This part came out, this piece came out beautifully, except for this little print right here. This should have had supports, but it didn't, so oh well. And then I tried sanding it, which put a lot of dirt in there, which I shouldn't have done, but I'll try washing it up and seeing if I can get it to look a little bit better. But now let's get into the actual point of the video. Besides that, these 3D benchies that I printed out, I printed them at different speeds on my printer, which is a Wanhao i3V2, and I thought maybe it would help with bridging. This was my very first one. I'm going to move these over. This was my very first one. As you can look at the very top right here, you can tell that it did sag. And right there. And if I could focus on the inside, that the top of it, there's a bunch of little strands falling down. And on the front, you can see that it also fell. The bridging on this, I mean, it does work wonderfully. Like you could not tell if you looked at the top of it. Just down here where there should have been support, there wasn't, because this was a torture test to see what would happen, and basically that happened. Oh, also, you probably won't be able to see it, but on this there was a couple spots that the printer put a little extra stuff in a couple extra spots, which I'm not sure why. I still need to look into that, but if I can find out and figure out anything out, I'll make a video of that. And as for the rest of this, it came out okay. If you look at the bottom, the blue tape is just from my printer, because the only way to get it to stick down without glass, which I'm going to be buying soon, is just to put tape down. It does leave that, and I'm not really sure how to turn off the heat bed, considering when I put it to 0 on my killer setting, it still left it at 25 on my 3D printer. But anyway, this is how it turned out. There should be text at the bottom of this, which there's very little. It's faint. So definitely does have problems with that. I think if I get a fan, it will help a lot with it. And also on the back, you might not be able to see that. See if I can get it to focus. No. There's a little license plate that is that you can't really tell what it says either, but oh well. On all of these prints, none of them are really readable as far as the text goes, but they do all look nice, and I'm mostly focused on trying to get the bridging to work. Which, by the end of it, the bridging worked a little bit better, but not that much. So the speed I printed this at was 45 millimeters per second, I guess. And it turned out okay, but the bridging was just not up to par like I would want it to be. But I mean, this is probably good for other printers. I'm not really sure. I've never had another printer to compare it with. But that's it for that one. The next one I want to show you is going to be the third one that the second one I printed at around 70, 70. I'm just trying to figure out which one is the second one. I printed this around 70 millimeters per second. This turned out a little bit better, though. As far as the base goes, you can tell a little bit more lines. Oh, also, with this one, I don't think I had the jerk on, so this one might have looked a little bit better as far as being glossy, but I'm not positive about that, because the jerk does change whenever you turn the printer on and off. It does change. I don't know why, but it does. So every time you do that, just make sure you reset it. But this one did turn out really glossy. You can see a little bit more layering. But as far as the bridging goes, it's a little bit better. You might not be able to tell because my camera is kind of not focusing. Let me just try to fix that. Yeah, I'm not sure why the camera's not focusing. But right there, you can see it did do it a little bit better. On the phone, you can really tell a difference. I'll post pictures of this also, and hopefully that can show better. The bridging just wasn't that great, and all of these they weren't that. Like, they were awesome, I guess, but they could still be improved. As for the bottom of this, where the actual bridging took place, it looks pretty clean. Not too many strands laying down, like falling down. The text on the bottom, again, barely readable. You can make out the C, and that's about it. And if my camera would just focus, nope, okay. But this, also on most of these, they did turn out with this right here being very rough. I'm guessing that because of the angle, and it could have used support. But oh well, that was at 70 millimeters per second. So the next one I have was around 100 millimeters per second, because I was looking at the one i3 can go between 1 millimeter per second and 100, from what I'm guessing. They say they recommend the lower temperatures because they can help with quality. As far as quality, I did notice it a little bit, but it did not differ that much. Though I will admit, the speed, like going from 45 to 100, I really did not notice that big of a difference. But as far as the quality of it, you can tell a little bit. You can definitely see more lines in this one. But the bridging is a little bit better. And the reason why I thought with speed would help with the bridging is because it would just go over it so fast I would be able to pull it and stretch it out and let it there and dry faster. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but I thought speed would help, which it kind of did, but not really that great. With this one, you'll notice on the inside, if you can, that the bridging does look a little bit nicer. Though when it was planting, it all pulled up to the top, and eventually it just got flattened down. So that's it. None of these actually do float in the water. I tried that out just out of curiosity. Each one looks very nice. Though, as I was gonna, I just realized something I wanted to show you. If you notice, down here at the very bottom, with different speeds, you would get to see different layers. As in, like, when this was honeycombing, I did this at 20%, so you can really see the infill on different ones. The best one being this one, which I believe this one was at this was the 45. So this was like the best one, though you can all still see the infill on each one of these. But that's pretty much it. It did turn out awesomely. Just I wish that the bridging would have been a little bit better. And as I said, the infill, as the text on the bottom isn't that great either. And I'll post a lot of pictures in this video, but hopefully you guys can see that. Alright, so that's how my my Benchy had turned out. They turned out alright. Just bridging again could have been improved. I'm thinking if I get a better fan and I do a DIY cooler mod, that it will be better. Though I'm not sure. I'll look into that and I'll get back to you. But that was my my Benchy. So let's get into the actual tip part. Alright, so now I'm going to be moving on to the tips part of this video. It's only really going to be one little tip, but it's going to help your prints out dramatically. At least I did mine. So what you do is just go to your printer, and then you go to the screen. You click the dial in, and then you go down to configuration. And right there it is. Then you go to acceleration. And then you just go all the way down until you see jerk. and then you just move that down to 3. You just do that by rotating this button, or dial I guess you would say. When you're doing this, it will help the points out dramatically. They will turn out a lot better. What this can stop is the laying. If you notice that your layers are like different. Sorry, that probably doesn't make sense. And then that's really it, all as far as I know, to change in the settings. But if I find out any more info, I'll let you guys know. But you will have to redo that every time you turn it on and off. But it really will help. Alright guys, so that's it. Have a good day and peace out.